to be launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Thursday, December 29th, 2022. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Did you know that the week between Christmas and New Year's is supposedly the least productive week of the year, according to some consumer report agencies? To be completely honest, I actually didn't know that until I read an article about an hour ago. And I'm guessing that Shawn Clarida doesn't know that either, because his productivity is off the charts right now. The newly crowned 2-time 212 Olympia champ hasn't been wasting any time getting dialed back into attack mode, which is pretty much par for the course for Shawn Clarida at this point, because this guy doesn't ever do anything at less than 100%. Given the fact that this is his second title run, and that he probably has a better appreciation for what it means to be in this position, you'd imagine that he'll be laser focused all year long to prevent history from repeating itself come November. However, when you consider how volatile this division has been over the past 3 or 4 years, even with him having the dial cranked all the way up, you'd imagine that it will take all of that and then some if he's going to successfully defend his title against the other hungry lions he'll be up against on stage next year. I'm going to stick with the productivity thing for a second, because I think there is an important distinction between being busy and being productive. I think it was Robert Kiyosaki who said that being busy is the worst form of laziness, because it prevents people from ever being able to achieve anything that's actually meaningful. But on the flip side, when you're productive, it means that you're getting traction, and traction is what ultimately takes you from point A to point B. And I don't think we have a better example of what that looks like in practice from the 2020 season than what we just saw with Derek Lunsford. For all intents and purposes, Derek was the most productive athlete across any division this year, because the amount of progress that he made over the last 12 months can only be accomplished by someone who understands how to focus all of their energy and attention on doing the most productive thing over and over and over again. There's a reason why he's the hottest ticket in all of bodybuilding right now. And if he keeps going at this pace, it's only a matter of time until we all see these pro predictions come true. Here's a fun fact for you. Last year, Canada spent $26.4 billion on defense spending, which seems like a crazy number until you find out what military spending was like here in the US, which will absolutely blow your mind if you ever take time to sit down and think about it. So if anyone has a direct line to the Prime Minister, they might want to let him know that the country could probably save a pretty penny if they would outsource some of that border protection to Reagan Grimes, because the RG Army looks like it's coming in fully locked and loaded for the 23 season. In a lot of ways, sitting out this year's Olympia will probably end up being a blessing in disguise for Reagan, because it will give him much more time to dot his I's and cross his T's so he can hit the ground running at the start of his prep next year. Reagan's been inching closer and closer to entering himself into the conversation with some of the other elite guys in the open division over the last 2 or 3 years, which means that if we assume he's going to continue on that trajectory, by this time next year, we could be talking about him as one of the biggest revelations of the 23 season. There are certain milestone numbers in the gym as far as strength is concerned. And whenever you manage to hit one at any point in your iron journey, it always feels like a monumental occasion. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that hitting 585 times 20 reps on the deadlift is one of those numbers that's so out there that most people wouldn't even have it on their radar, let alone have it be one of their milestones. But then again, as we've seen over and over again, Joe Mackey simply is not like most people. The stuff that we've seen him do over the last year or so in the gym isn't just next level, it's on its own level. because I can't remember seeing anything like this from another high-level pro in the modern era of bodybuilding. Joe might single-handedly be redefining what it means to be the power bodybuilder in this era of bodybuilding, because there are only a handful of guys who routinely move loads like high-level powerlifters do, and who actually place well on the scorecards. So if he can make a few more improvements to bring up some of the key areas of his physique, it seems like it's only a matter of time before he'll be able to finally punch that long overdue ticket to Olympia weekend that's managed to narrowly elude him over the years. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.